Good day. So by the time you see this, I think it's probably been almost a month since you've seen a video from me. Maybe a bit less. As you can probably tell from background, things have changed in my office. Had it decorated and stuff, so I had to move everything out, move everything back in. Took a while. And then the first video that I started to record just last week or whatever it was, when I looked at it, all I had was a still image. Nothing was going on, although I think I did have sound. But anyway, something's up. So I'm hoping that this records okay. But anyway, here we go. Back to snippet expander. I still call it snippet pixie sometimes. Want to carry on building out the UI and stuff like that. Last weekend I did fix up the makefile. Not particularly interesting, but I did notice that it was rebuilding stuff when it didn't need to, stuff like that. You can see that in the logs. So let's see, state of play. It's been a little time for me now. We have, if I just do a make, that should be okay. We have here in the GUI where we're building out Gleam front end to a Wails app, which is a framework that lets you use Go to build a desktop app. We have basically a almost empty desktop app here. So this is empty at the moment, but if I were to stop the daemon, which is just a Go thing, so I've got like a Go daemon that does most of the work, and then we have the desktop app that communicates with it over dbus. Just as a refresher, then it complains it can't talk to the daemon, but we've done all this in Gleam now, so it's doing these little notifications and stuff, and then we can start it. Does a little notice to say it's starting it, and then it just checks every 5 seconds and it's up and running. And then from then on, the daemon's up in the background and just works. But there's not a lot going on here. What we really want to do is get to the point where we have like the original version of this, all this, where we have a list of snippets, and I can search for things. So if I search for date, here's like some date stuff. And if I go down to, so there's like this complicated one here. It's got a whole bunch of stuff for me testing the date templates. And I can obviously remove it and cancel, save and whatever. But also we need to deal with when we don't have any snippets. So let's get that set up. And then I'll show you what I want to work on today. So I need to break a few things. So I'll just go to config. Why is that not showing snippets? Interesting. Oh, it's because it's in data. It's in local. That's right. In state? No. Forgotten. It's so long since I did this. There we go. Yeah. So snippet expander, you can see that we've got a couple of things there. We've got snippet expander D, which is the daemon, and that's where all the data is. And then snippet expander GUI, which is just going to have basically settings. So in there's not a lot. Yeah, that's interesting actually. That's some old stuff, I think. Anyway, that's all that kind of setup stuff. What we really want is this one, where we have a little database, and that's all. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to move that. I'll just do a backup name, I think. Let's just have, what's the date today? 26, 1:30. Okay. Now that that's basically broken Snippet Expander, on the real Snippet Expander, it's just recreated it. What? What the? Did I miss something there? Okay, that is weird. Interesting. Why is that? No. Why is that doing? Oh, is it? Oh, because it's. I think I know. Okay, I think I know. Right. So if I do Snippet Expander stop. Right. Now let's try. I think it's still got a reference, got all the data cached. Yeah. Okay. So if I start it, yeah. Okay, that's good to know. That could trip me up during dev. Yeah, so the daemon would have had a reference to inode, basically. And opened the database there and blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's just a local SQLite database. Okay, lesson learned there. Right, this is what I want to build as my sort of first pass on the new version. Probably am going to get rid of Snippet Expander title there. Don't think I need that. We already know what we're in. And I might not do the no snippets found here. It's kind of irrelevant if you've got this saying add snippet. Maybe, I'm not sure. We also have this little import here as well, which is important. And then we've got the bar down the bottom. The bar so has just like, it's a standard for the main app. So we've got an add snippets there, and then we've got settings. And when we do the settings, it's off to do that little kind of stuff there. And then obviously add does that. But the important one is this big one here to get started. And just goes to the thing here, which we'll also have to build. There's quite a bit to build. Okay, so let's see if I can work out how to do that in Gleam. And then obviously these things are fairly standard, hopefully. Just links and stuff. Although that would be interesting. Yeah. Although that's done in the back end. So we'll see. Right. Okay. So let's just double check. Now that that is up and running again, should just have a blank. Yeah. Okay. And I want to have a look at the old version to see what the components are like here. So we have a main screen in Svelte. Okay, and this is Svelte 4 stuff. What have we got? Okay. So here we're doing this is the check-in. So basically, you can see that, let's see what we've got here. We've got, when it's starting up, we check which mode we're in and get setting for whether we're ordering by the last used or not based on that. And then check the connection. Oh, right, okay, yeah. Okay. So if we're in the search and paste window type thing, we may want to just like pop straight into the search box so you can get started like that. So we're just setting things up here and then say, okay, now we're mounted. So that's that bit there here. We're just saying, okay, we'll just setting everything up and now we're ready. And then down the bottom here, so we've got a connection. And if we have snippets, and we're all in select mode, then we show the list snippets screen, and otherwise the welcome screen. So all we really need is the welcome screen, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, okay. There we go. Right. Okay. Now we do here some componenty stuff. We've got a screen component in Svelte slide. And then we just got H1, simple P tag, and then if connection is okay, we do the add snippet, import, and then put the toolbar in. I wonder why we even bother doing the check for connection, okay, because we shouldn't really be seen at that point, which will be a thing in Gleam, because I have probably better state management basically in the Gleam side of things. So, okay. All right, let's just get started. We will basically do some data setup, I guess. Or maybe just whacking the screen. Yeah. Just see if we can get some screens in. And then we'll start fleshing out the actual logic around them. So, right, let's go into here. Snippet expand to GUI. This is all going to be front end stuff, so might as well go in there. Now at the moment in source, just got the one thing. Load the internal as well. Hold on. Oh yeah, tick stuff. Okay. Okay, that's a little the timer that keeps checking on the daemon. It's fine. Right. Now I'm thinking that I should have had the Wails stuff in there as well. But anyway, and if I okay, maybe later. Let's get something on screen first. Okay, so let's do this. Down the bottom here, we have all the views stuff. So we've got like notice views and things like that. And a nice big to do. Build out initial and no snippet screen. So that's good. So the main view at the moment basically has nothing in it, as you saw. And we have that's a notice. And then above here, we have different views for the different states of the daemon. And this is all wrapped with a screen view. So the main view comes, so the actual top end view is here. It looks to see what the daemon status is. And then based on that, passes in the right stuff. So if the daemon's running, we just show the main view. And otherwise the daemon status view. That's fine. Okay. So main view, but what we're going to need is well, here we have two views that we call the list snippet screen and the welcome screen. So I'm going to basically have those as well. So let's have a function, let's say welcome view. Now, will we need a model? Let's say yes for the moment. I'm trying to think of why I might not, or why I will. Anyway, and then it's going to return. What's it going to return? Just an element or a list? Probably just a single element for now. Let's see what happens. So it's a single HTML element. Oh, type correctly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and then let's just do translation stuff like this. So we're going to take the translator, which I probably should put in the model. Do that maybe another time. I just want to get a very little basic thing done here, just to test that my video works, to be honest. If you see this, it'll be a big win. But I'm hoping to keep it short as well. So let's see. and then we'll just do yeah, let's just do HTML. Was it just a p tag? I think it was. And then we'll have nothing there for the moment, although I'm probably going to change that. And then we just want some text, I guess. Yeah. So in the p tag, we'll just have an HTML text, and then we'll pass in translation stuff like this. So let's just grab that. And now I've got to find out what my translatable strings are like. Actually, let's there should be front end hey. That's what I want. And I'll just go into translations. Yeah. Okay, so think of something like no snippets found here. And there's that top level that is. So no snippets found title. Okay. Fine. No snippets found title. Okay. And then actually it's going to be a list of elements, probably, because I want to keep the same structure. So on my CSS works. Yeah. Because we then have the toolbar at the bottom as well. It is just a list of elements there. Toolbar, a couple of paragraphs above it, and maybe that H1, we'll see. And that's all wrapped up in the screen element. But I am passing main view into the screen. So I think we're okay. Yeah, so we need a list. Yeah, just like the main view is really. Yeah. Okay. Hey, thank you. Right. So we'll just wrap it with a list. And I'll change the attributes there in a minute. We've got the main view. Let's have a copy of that. Hey. And we'll just call this snippets list view. And so that moment that's just going to be an empty HTML. Here we've got just a p tag. And then here for the moment, I'm going to remove those and just return the welcome. Okay. So if everything's okay, we want the main view. At the moment, we're just going to show the welcome within that, but we will do that little logic at some point that goes, oh yeah, we've got some snippets, we're good, we don't need the welcome. Because we need to put something in the model for that. And then here we are taking in the model but not using it at the moment. So we can get rid of that. And that's already ignoring it. Yeah, it's going to complain that it's unused, but that's fine. Okay, and then while we're here, we'll get back up and we can do watch exec. Make test. Hey, what is my, it's been a while now. Test, just test, okay. Right, make test. Make. Might take a little while on the first go. Oh, we've got snapshots now, of course. Ah. Oh, that's good. So in my last video, we put in Birdie for snapshot testing. As you can see, that is now working. It's complaining about, excuse me, it is complaining about that snippets list view, but that's fine. We'll get to that in a sec. We'll put something in there. And then we have just that at the moment, which is also exactly what I wanted at the moment. So we'll just do this. No, we won't. We'll do this. In the right place. That's one little issue there to work that out. I probably need to put a little make target in there. Yeah. I wonder, can I just do skip? And what does that mean? Would it come back? Yeah. Okay, so instead, I'll just accept it so that I can get on with the testing. I might regret that. Yeah, we'll see. I just want to get a build, make sure it works. Okay. Yay, okay. So we have that. In the original, well, I don't know which one that is now. Oh yeah, no, that one with the plus sign on it. There we go. I have that as dimmed. Not sure which is better actually. Let's try it with dimmed. So try that. Now it's going to complain again, isn't it? Yep. Yeah, I'm going to have to find a different way of doing that. It's a little annoying. Okay, that's all right. That's fine. Okay, so we have a dimmed class on it now. Right, so I want to just kind of wrap up a little bit here. This is a good start. So I just want to do the little check to do the switch between the two. So here, instead, I'm just going to put something like this. And I'm just going to put in some dummy text. Okay. And then I need to do the switcheroo here. So in the model, we need some snippets. We don't have anything for snippets yet. Let's have a pub. Yeah. When I get to testing, I'm probably going to need that. Let's just make it. No, we'll make it public for the moment. So we're going to have a snippet. And the snippet is basically a title and no, abbreviation and body. Hold on, I need to make it. No, but yeah, that should be okay here. That should be okay. Hold on, doing it wrong. It's not like it. I need to actually check what I've got for that. This is going to grow because we also have things like last used, all that kind of stuff. I should probably put it all in, I guess. No, we'll start off. Well, I've got an ID, which we definitely need. And that's a string because there's a UUID, which I guess I'll have to use a proper type for so that I can generate them. There's probably a library, I hope, or something standard library maybe, I don't know, for UUIDs. I'll have to have a look, but I'm just going to do this pretty simple stuff first. And then in the main model, I just want snippets, and that's a list of snippet. Okay. Now with that, I should be able to do something with the list length, I guess. So case model snippets. If it's empty, then we want the welcome. Why has that got a weird formatting? What's going on? What have I missed here? Oh, stars, that's the... Okay. The joys of working on PHP day in, day out, and then another language like this afterwards. Okay, and then otherwise, yeah, otherwise we want to show the main one at the moment. That might get a little more complicated. When we start putting in the modes in so that we start up Snip Expander in search and paste mode where you're just looking to grab something and paste it into the app. Okay, but that's another thing. Otherwise, oh, yeah, no, this is right. Otherwise, I want the snippets list view and pass it model. Okay. I guess we should probably just check that. Oops. Ah, okay. Didn't initialize the snippets. There we go. Eventually, we might be pulling in through flags a bunch of initial stuff, so we might have snippets coming in straight away. And obviously, the daemon might be checked before we even bring up the UI as well. So we'll see. Okay, that passed. Built. And it's the same. Okay. All right. That's a good start for today. We at least have some idea. I guess I could put let's see what happens if I just put in I'm going to try out this. But we've got abbreviation and got a there we go. That's what we expected. Yeah, so now it's just showing the text list of snippets goes here. So if I skip that for the moment and then just do a make. List of snippets goes here. Okay, that's what we wanted. That's good. Okay, let's put this back. Still passes. And no snippets found. Great. All right. Progress. We've got like a basic structure now that I think works. And then when we get to doing the mode switch, we can update this case here. we'll probably just put in a second option here, something like model select mode or whatever it's called, something like that. Search and paste mode or something like that. And if that's true, then we'll go into the snippets list no matter what, which would cover that other use case that I had of like if we've got snippets or we're in list mode, select mode. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that should be okay. We're good. Right. That's enough for today. So thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.